The mathematics of college failure. Students struggle in college for many reasons. Two reasons stand out: poor academic preparation and not enough time on task. I might talk about academic preparation another time. For now, let's talk about time on task. About 1,000,000 years ago, when I was an undergraduate, we had the 3-to-1 rule for college students. The 3-to-1 rule is a necessary but not sufficient condition for success in college. In other words, the 3-to-1 rule does not guarantee success, but without it, you have no hope for success. The 3-to-1 rule states that for every hour in class, you must spend at least 3 hours outside of class working on that class. That means 3 hours of reading, writing essays, and working problem sets. Because students' lives are more complicated these days, I'm going to relax that rule into the 2-to-1 rule. So, for every hour in class, you must spend at least 2 hours outside of class working on the material for that class. Always keep in mind, the 2-to-1 rule is a hardcore minimum. You really should be putting in a lot more time than that. Now, let's do some calculations. Suppose you're taking a 3-hour class. That means you spend 3 hours a week in class. Well, if you're spending 3 hours a week in class, by the 2-to-1 rule, you must spend at least 6 hours a week outside of class working on that class. This means that one 3-hour class demands at least 9 hours of your time every week. But we're not done. Students typically take 4 classes a semester. Suppose they are all 3-hour classes. So 9 hours per class per week times 4 classes equals 36 hours per week. But remember, even the 3-to-1 rule is a minimum. So let's round this up to 40 hours per week. If you are taking 4 classes in a semester, you must work at least 40 hours a week on school. What does 40 hours per week look like to you? That's right. School is a full-time job. This is not a joke. This is not a trick. School really is a full-time job. And the time you spend hanging with your friends complaining about your professors, that doesn't count. If you want to know why so many people struggle in college, you have just calculated your own answer. Students do not spend enough time on schoolwork. I know this is not easy to hear, and if I knew another way, I would gladly tell you about it. There is no other way. If you cannot find enough time in your week to satisfy the 2-to-1 rule, either you will crash and burn in college, or you will make some hard decisions in your life. Good luck.